Donda Attorneys Managing Director Mr. Melusi Xulu is our legal expert joining us for more analysis on this saga. So Melusi, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome. So are there any legal ramifications on this U-turn decision by Mkhwanazi to withdraw part of his submissions in relation, of course, to Cele receiving money from Cat Matlala?
Good afternoon, Alicia and viewers at home. Thank you for having me once again. In terms of ramification, I don't think there could be any issues. It's just that it's concerning that it's such a serious allegation that is obviously not backed up at this point, because it means that we don't have proof of when the message was sent that the former Minister of the Police was requesting money from Cat Matlala. We don't have proof of the POP that was sent to confirm that money was paid. And we don't have proof of who is close to the former minister who got money. All we are hearing is from yesterday that the account number was wrong, and the team that analyzed the bank account is saying it's not referring to the former minister. But my question is, we must go back and find out exactly if there were, in fact, any discussions that were made, or whether it was just doctored, so to speak, messages that were created to make as if the minister was requesting money. So when Shamase comes, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi comes, if he will come anyways, I think that is what must be cleared up, as whether when the messages were being sent, where did he get it from? And maybe it will be seen that, as the former minister said, human beings are fallible, so there might have been a mistake, but it's such a serious mistake in such serious allegations.
But I mean, in this context, then, Melusi, I mean, let's talk about that. Mkhwanazi's reasons, as you've just rightfully pointed out, for this move is allegedly due to a simple mix-up in bank details. Is this then, would you then generally say this is synonymous with such forensic acquisition of volumes of information, particularly in the respect, Melusi, in this aspect, Melusi, or it's an unacceptable mistake in your view?
I want to be circumspect with the answer I'll give, but let me just say this. If you are an investigating officer out here, you're a team of analysts analyzing bank statements and messages sent between a minister at the time and a kingpin, inverted commas, don't you think it will be checked more than 3 times at least, because it's such a high official or a person in a high position such as the minister. Let me make an example. Even the former minister is talking about Judge Lidwaba receiving 2.5 million, I think by witness A, B, or C at the Commission of Inquiry. That is a very strong allegation. I believe that the witness that made that statement has got bank statements and proofs that this money was paid to Judge Lidwaba. That's why Judge Lidwaba wants to come and defend himself. So I think with regards to the Commission of Inquiry or the Ad Hoc Committee, everyone that comes with a statement that they've made, they must have evidence that they've backed up. That still has to be tested, because it's such a strong allegation, which I think is a great job that Shamase is doing, Mkhwanazi and his team. But they need to make sure that they've got all their ducks in a row. Yes, I understand humans are not infallible. They can make mistakes, but it's strong allegations that need to be backed up.
But Melusi, doesn't this then further blurs the line, specifically after General Bheki Cele also admitted to having had some conversations and having met and even stayed at Cat Matlala's hotel?
Yes, that is why when it's stated that he might have requested money, you link him staying at Cat Matlala's home, and you think they have some form of relationship, and one may say, inverted commas, and allegedly a corrupt relationship. So when you link the two, requesting money, staying at his home, it looks like they were in a comfortable relationship, allegedly. So it does blur the lines, I agree. But I think what I want to stress more than anything, Alicia, is that at least the team that comes with allegations, they must have investigated. They must have made sure. I mean, we're talking about policemen in high positions. So we're not just talking about a constable at a Skawini police station. maybe a constable who's still new in the field. So they need to make sure that if they say person A requested 2.5 million to be able to give bail to person B, they must have proof so that at least those are investigated. Because the problem that I have, Alicia, just for a short moment, is that when we talk about the criminal justice system, we talk about the last line of defense. So if there are issues such as this, let's just make sure that the allegations that are very strong are also backed up, because they have to be tested. And well, good enough, Shamas has seen that he's made a mistake, and Pele has accepted that he made a mistake and he has forgiven him. But I'm just saying, if we will have this kind of mistakes being repeated on and on, it's going to be unfortunate for the investigations.
And that brings me to this very point there, Melusi, because we have seen even in the Zondo Commission there some figures being revised from billions to millions long after the ruling, and even the commission had been concluded. So in light of this information then, is it fair to completely disregard Mkhwanazi's testimony, as you are alluding to, as has been the view of some lately?
Yes, I think that's a very important question you're asking, Alicia. I'm just saying that it's not proper to say everything that Shamas has said should not be believed.
Tested.
But I suppose it still has to be tested. Remember, our constitution says you're innocent until proven guilty in section 35. But at the same time, we need to root out corruption and criminality in our criminal justice system. So I think Mkhwanazi has done a very good job, Lieutenant Colonel Mkhwanazi, and we need to really behave about it. But still, each and every evidence that is given has to be tested so that at least we know that everything has been done in a proper manner, because our justice system post-94, we believe that it's a justice system that ensures that everyone is given a fair chance. But I'm happy that Shamas has seen his mistake, but I'm repeating this again. I'm just hoping that similar mistakes will not be repeated from the team that is leading evidence into these allegations.
A very quick one in closing, Melusi. What significant impact can such an error have on such proceedings, though? I mean, we heard NC Chief Whip Dumiseni Ntuli there saying that the apology that was read in Parliament wasn't sufficient, quite contrary to how he actually reacted when Senzo Mchunu had to concede that he didn't have the audio purporting to be Mkhwanazi making threats against him.
I just think the impact is simply to look at the fact that if a mistake has been made and is clarified. In the beginning, I said, at least if he comes and makes a statement and comes publicly again to the ad hoc committee and Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi explains properly what mistake happened, I don't think it will be a problem. I think the most important thing is if he can come and explain properly. But for me, I understand there was a mistake with the bank account as the team that was analyzing made a mistake. But I think I would be happy for him to explain from the moment there was a conversation, where did he get that from? Remember, Mpemba said it can happen that someone may use your phone without you knowing and to be made as you're the one who was making those requests. Maybe if something of that nature can explain what happened on the discussions. I can see the bank account, Alicia, but I needed to start from the beginning. But hopefully, if Shamase comes and explains, it will be seen. But once that has been explained, I think each and every evidence is going to be checked properly, like it should. But it just means that if we are able to see things that are wrong and they are corrected, it means that the inquiry or inquiries, both inquiries, are done properly, so that we don't leave any stone unturned. We make sure that everything is done properly. So I think at the end of the day, if we can come and explain that, we can continue to the other issues.
Melusi, how do such sittings, per se, like the ad hoc committee, actually deal with misinformation or information that was erroneously provided? How should they deal with it, in effect, before, of course, the public itself actually gets to deliberate on how they feel about that particular piece or pieces of information or misinformation?
Yeah. I think the good job that the members of the parliament are doing is that they make sure that they get each and everything checked. For example, last week we heard that there was a a message or some evidence that Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was threatening the minister, Mkhulu. But only to find that when they said, okay, we'll give you a chance, come and explain, give us that evidence that is missing. And he came on Monday and said, look, I've checked, I don't think I can find it. So I think how they deal with it from a committee point of view is that they ensure that each and everything is checked, and if it's not true, it must be clear. If you made a mistake, you must come and explain that you made a mistake, because the public needs to know the truth. What we are looking for here is the truth. If there's no evidence that there was money sent to a certain individual and a mistake was made, come back and explain how you came to that mistake, so that at least we don't repeat the same thing over and over again.
And members had, in fact, lobbied around this point, Melusi, that there could be, a duplication of names, specifically within some cultures or communities where you find more than, for example, in this instance, it could be referring to another Bheki Cele. We're going to leave it there, Melusi. Sound analysis, as always, that is legal analyst Mr. Melusi Xulu, they're weighing in on the legal implications of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi's withdrawal of the parts that were alleging that Bheki Cele had in fact received some monies from disgraced tycoon Cat Matlala.